So the next thing I want to do is to add the wallet we generated. But what happens is with MetaMask, you could create a new wallet address by just clicking create account, and to give you a brand new wallet. You can name it and you can create, and it will give you a brand new wallet address. Now, the thing with MetaMask is that all your wallet address works with one private key. So if you go to settings, if you go to security, you can reveal your secret recovery phrase here, which you can use to generate your private key. So we won't do that for this because I use this particular MetaMask. So the next thing we want to do is to add the wallet we've generated. So I'll copy the private key, and using MetaMask, I can say import account. So I'm importing a new wallet, and it will ask me how do I want to import it, either using a private key or a JSON file. So I have a private key and I can put it here. So I've imported that wallet. So you can notice 0xDCA. 0xDCA. So it's the same address. So the private key gives the public key address to MetaMask. So that is why we can have it here. Now, if I take this, now each blockchain has what we call the Explorer. Now, Explorer is where you see transactions of different wallets. So for Ethereum Explorer is called Etherscan. So you can just say Ethereum Explorer. So every other blockchain has an Explorer. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, all of them, they have an Explorer. So we are going to work with Ethereum Explorer today. So if you click on Etherscan, which is Etherscan, so I'll copy the address. So I'll just copy the private key, the public key. Now the public key is what you send to your friends to send you crypto. You don't send your private key. You always want to keep your private key safe at all times. At no point in time should you share any private key with anybody, except you trust the person completely to give them your private key, because when you give them, they have access to your funds. Now, your private key can be written in a paper, and no matter the amount in your address, as far as you have your private key, it can be retrieved. So, but you don't want to put your private key in a piece of paper that you can get, that can get lost. So you want to put it in a safe place. Now, some people having large amount of funds, what they do is that they take their private key, they can do like an inscription with the private key, and they could store it in maybe a vault. So you can have different ways in which you can store your private key. In fact, some people they can buy a wristwatch. There's this wristwatch that has a private key attached to it, and the wristwatch has a large amount of Bitcoin already in it. Let me see if I can get that. Let's say Bitcoin wristwatch. Okay, yeah, I think there's one do a sampling. So whatever you see, okay, let me open this. So most of them come with a QR code. I think this is one. So this QR code has the public key. So what it means is you can receive funds using this QR code. And the private key, so when you buy the wristwatch, they give you the private key, which is sealed. So no one has access to that private key. It's sealed just for you. So you could have your wristwatch and you could have so much money stored in it. And that is the power of cryptocurrency and power of decentralization. And your private key could be in any part of the world. Now, some people, what they do with their private key, some even large organizations, they divide the private key. So they could divide this private key into maybe 4 parts. They could give one to someone in, let's say, one part of the world, give another one to a different person on that part of the world. So before any transaction can happen, the 4 of them need to come together, and they need to combine the 4 parts of the private key before they could make any transaction. So now this is one private key. There are aspects of cryptocurrency, of cryptography, that has multi-signatures, that is multiple private keys to come together to make transactions. So we won't dive into that for now. So back to Etherscan. So if we copy our public key, so this is our public key, what you share to everyone, which is your wallet address. If we paste it here, let's paste. Now you notice that there's nothing in that particular wallet. There's no Ethereum in it. But what I'll do, I will do a quick Ethereum transaction, just a little, into that wallet. So I'll say withdraw crypto. So MetaMask has, there's a way I can get the QR code. So I'll just scan this. So it's just for me getting the wallet address. So for now, I'll just do 0.001 Ethereum. Oh, they said the minimum I can do is 0.0098. So let's do 0.001. Okay. And I send. Okay, asking for verification. Okay, sent. So now, after sending, what happens is the validators, like we discussed in the last class, they take that transaction and they try to validate it, verify. So one, they check if my account has that amount of money. So knowing that the funds or the Ethereum is not stored in that wallet, so they go to the blockchain to check all the transactions for that particular wallet, and they check to see, oh, this person has that amount. Okay, let's take it further. So we'll just refresh. Okay, so now we've gotten the transaction. So you can see right now we have that amount in Ethereum. So you have $13 right there in that account. So if anyone has this key, right now, this is a recorded class. Everybody in this class has this key. But if anyone has this key, they can move this amount of money in this particular wallet. So all they just have to do is put it on MetaMask, and it shows the wallet, and they can send it out. You can see, you can send it out again. So you'd never give your private key to anyone, never.